Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. We are off and running, man. Here we are. We're rounding up the month of November, but we're going to get started today, right about Jen. Go. Ready?
Now.
Perfect.
Whoa.
Steve got it. All right, man. Here we go. Thanksgiving week, my friends. Man, I'm just curious. Hey, let's slide up the chat. Are you staying local or are you traveling? Staying local or traveling? What are you doing for Thanksgiving? If you do Thanksgiving. I know not everybody does, but if you are staying local or traveling, well, all the local birds, yeah, me too. Yeah, probably best this year to just kind of stay local. You know what I mean? Don't you?
22 people? 22 people? That's awesome.
Yeah, go big or go home.
Yeah, Kristen, yeah, me too. I'm in the same boat. Yeah, about 20-something people. Yeah, let's see here. What else?
Yeah,
We got local traveling.
Coming over.
Huntsville, Dave Fernandez.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool, man. Well, we're going to go ahead and just kind of shoot the breeze for a minute. We are expecting a guest, Jim Kyles, Steve Kyles, better-looking twin brother, as we say all the time. But we'll see if he doesn't show up. Okay, let's have Steve do it. You'll never know the difference.
I'm unqualified to talk about it, but I would love to have a conversation about belief.
Oh, yeah. Believe. You know, what happens is your past expectations set future, like your past experience. Bro, we could totally talk. All right, let's keep going. So let's warm up.
All right. Well, I was just going to see how people did over the weekend or last week, like we always do. Just tune in. Anybody got anything from over the weekend or from, late last week? Any good wins, anything like that? Mike Geringer, anything, bro? Anything happen? Anything good? Nothing to report on? Victoria Johnson, how about you? Herb Levin? Come on, man. Who's there? David Bolton, man. What happened? What happened last week? Vince Queen, Adam Charney. Oh, there you go. David, what? How'd it go?
Had actually a great week. Thursday was kind of funny. I was calling Wednesday. I was calling past clients, and past client called me that I forgot all about, and that ended up. It was kind of funny. Did him a couple of years ago. I mean, I moved from Guaranteed Rate and opened my own company about a year and a half ago, so I'm a little disorganized on my database. And so he called me up, and we did a purchase about 2 years ago, and got a refi and a potential purchase from him, pre-approving for the purchase, and refinancing, doing a cash-out refi for his purchase. So,
say that's an okay day.
Yeah.
And I got a purchase on Friday afternoon from that I was working for the last week. So. Thought it was a piece of week.
Way to go, David.
He's on fire. It's all fuego, man. Yeah. Here you go.
The Alliance Group is making me organized.
Oh, you're part of the Alliance?
Accountability. The accountability is good.
Wonderful. Yeah, accountability is a great thing. Everybody wants it till they're offered it, you know. Yeah. What?
Oh, just that database getting organized. We find just a 1 hour session. Like a focused 1 hour session of getting into the database, getting the spreadsheet, getting them all in there and being accountable to making those calls. There's so much money in calling those databases. It's fantastic. So great job. That's amazing.
Yeah, great stuff. All right, David, thank you so much. I saw, who was it? Kristen, I know you saw it in the chat. Who was it? Somebody that's 10 in the body.
Angela Abney.
Come on, Angela. Let's have
I don't know
it.
if she can unmute, but she put in the chat, new contract and 10 in the pipeline.
Yes, I can. So, yeah, it's just making those calls. It's funny how it works. You just got to keep being consistent.
Right. 10.
Yeah. First time ever, guys. So I've been at 8, I've been at 9, and then one closes, but I've got 10. So, yes, I'm up working already. Forget the walk.
Wow, man. That is epic. You know, I'm going to give you victory fanfare for that.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. Do you have a Loan Officer Breakfast Club t-shirt?
Yes, I do, and I wear it a lot. Thank you very much.
Well, now
I don't have
Salt.
a car or a bus or a coffee mug.
You don't have the car. Yeah. You want the coffee cup? We could do the coffee cup.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Okay, well, you get a coffee cup. I don't know how that's going to happen. I just say things, and hopefully it happens. Hopefully it transpires. You may have to reach out to somebody, or somebody may reach out to you.
Awesome.
But,
Thank you guys. And it
you're
is
welcome.
this encouragement from this community. It's huge. Unbelievable.
Awesome. Well, tell all your friends and don't tell your enemies. How's that sound?
That's right.
Amy,
All right.
this is a really good win in the chat.
All right, what is it?
Monica Ledbetter says, over the weekend, I said goodbye to a client that would not commit to using me and wanted to continue to shop lenders, but wanted fee worksheets and letters over the weekend and wouldn't send in all the info needed. So I said goodbye.
Amazing.
We don't talk about that part of the wins very often, but that is a win. It's
Oh,
very
That's a
freeing.
good point. All right.
Because you're taking control of your I mean, the biggest thing is I'm not subject to, but I'm leading the process. And if you don't follow my process, it's okay, but that's not for me, you know? I love it.
Congrats.
I do too. Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Dave Bolton, I'm so sorry. I should have asked you if you had a T-shirt. You don't have a T-shirt, huh? Well, you're getting one, mister. So congratulations. You're getting the Loan Officer Breakfast Club T. See, Carl's not here. If you wanted something, now is the day, right, to ask. Okay? So I'm in a good mood. I'm going to relax this week. This whole week's going to be easy for me, right? So I'm literally giving the house away. So chime in. Oh, man, that is a good win. You know what I mean? Be able to tell somebody to go, hey, man, hit the street, beat it. No thanks, right?
I find, Frank, it makes room for 2 other easier, more referable deals when you're not
Right.
spending time on that one and you're spending
Yeah.
time in your calls focused on building that pipeline.
And
Yeah.
Steve, what is Steve? Just talk for a second about, when you don't get the commitment from somebody, what's the odds that that's actually going to go through? Do we have numbers behind that? Or is it just kind of one of these things where you could spend all that time,
Yeah.
effort, energy chasing?
Yeah, I don't have the exact numbers, but the challenge is if somebody won't commit, the likelihood of keeping that anyway is not very high. So one of the things you do is if they don't commit, it's okay to just say, hey, listen, I'd love to work with you. However, my team and I work on your behalf. And I love this phrase, we're not compensated unless it goes all the way through to closing. And so that's why we ask that you commit to working with us in good faith. And listen, here's what I would encourage. Call the other lenders that you're talking to, get the best deal you can get. Send it to me, and then I'll take a look at it and tell you either it's the best thing I've ever seen, or maybe I can meet or beat it. But as of right now, the full resource of our office will stop until there is a commitment. And that's not a rude thing to say. It's just taking control of your business. And what it also allows them to know is, oftentimes they don't know you're not paid. They think you're an hourly employee working
Right.
at a box retailer.
Right.
And so you articulate it in a really cool way. You get to choose. And what it helps you do is get better, not bitter. The bitterness comes in when you assume they're going to work with you and you do 22 worksheets and then you bend over backwards and you call them nights and weekends. And then they say, hey, I found somebody, it was $200 cheaper.
Right.
That's why you want to ask for commitment. It's not really for them. It's for you protecting your heart and your mindset.
Yeah. Frank, Steve's loan consultation process is just so
it's
spot
powerful.
on.
Yeah.
It is so powerful. And that's part of it there. Like all the stuff that Steve was just saying, I know we don't have time to dig into it a lot here, but that's part of the whole process that Monica just is using, and it's absolute fire. I have one more thing. Rudy Devers just messaged me. He can't raise his hand, but he's raising his hand.
Okay.
He's got to win.
Hey,
All right.
We got to hear it.
well, the good thing that this program gives you is that if you don't want to work with somebody, you don't have to work with them. I've got because you're able to replace them. It's like I fired an agent last week, and right in behind it, I picked up 2 more agents. Within 2 days. So and I told the team that we weren't working with them anymore, and they said, "Well, that's good because we don't like working with her either." So they were like a big energy suck, and the cool thing is that we're working so diligently to get more agents that it allows you to, what do they top grade your folks that you're working. So
Awesome
Life
stuff.
is too short to work with people you don't like, man.
That's right.
There's so many of them, and I don't mean that to be like rude, but the truth is when there's 1,000 agents and all you need are 20, 25, 30 to do significant business, Just keep going till you find the one that you feel like, man, these are the people. These are my people.
Mm.
We call it finding your tribe, your 25%. Finding the people that when you wake up, you're like, dude, I love working with him. I love working with her, because they're out there. You just need a prospect to get them.
If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Great job, Bill.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. And he is right. It's cool having a plan that is in place where you are constantly working to get more agents in your pocket. I love it, man. Good stuff. Well, I tell you what, man, it looks like we'll just go ahead and ad lib and do something on our own.
Because you're the prize. As the loan officer, you're the prize. Like, you know what's funny about prospecting and belief, which I know we're going to talk a little bit about this morning, is that there's no agent, Frank or Kristen or Chris or Jen, no agent in the entire United States can close a financed transaction as of right now without you.
Right. Yeah.
That's the competitive advantage. They have to have a loan officer. Why not me?
Yeah, why not you?
It is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so let's talk about belief.
Let's do it, man. Let's get into it.
Hey, so quick question, and everybody type this in. I'd be interesting to know. I'm going to say a phrase, and what's the first thing that comes to your mind? I mean, good, bad, doesn't matter. Don't try to filter it. Just maybe drop it in the chat, and Kristen will read some of them. I love prospecting because. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? This will be interesting.
I love prospecting because.
I feel last time your brother was on, and I'm looking back in my notes. I know I have it somewhere here, Steve. Of course, it's like I got, notes everywhere and I can't find it. But last time he was on, I wrote something down that I thought was really powerful. He was talking about the difference between saying, he said, I don't chase real estate agents. I attract the right agents with my system and my process. I have it somewhere in this, me with my notebook, but I can't quite find it. But it resonated with me because it's the difference. It's that mindset difference. And it'll be interesting, to kind of read what people have in the chat too. But I thought that was a really big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well, and one thing I remember, I don't know, probably 12, 13 years ago, I wrote that phrase, I love prospecting because, and the first thing I thought was, I don't love prospecting. I hate it. I mean, if I'm just being transparent, it was like, I hate making the calls. I hate hearing the no's. I hate the wondering. And what I began to realize was that we have to reframe that belief, because what happens is, the experiences that you've had in the past, how many times have you, I don't know about y'all, but Frank, when I first got in the business in 2003, I'd call an agent, and this was like the go-to line. Some of our older loan officers may remember this. If you can't get it done, I'll find somebody who can, right? Like, I mean, it was just these experiences where you heard the words and they would just resonate, and it was like, oh. And then what would happen is that past experience was, well, man, they don't want to talk to me. Oh, they're already working with another lender. I'm bothering them. All of these past words from a handful of agents, most agents don't say things like that, but it would pierce your heart at the right time. And now this past experience is framing the future belief of, man, if I make these calls, it's probably not going to work out anyway. And even when I love prospecting, what we've got to do is really understand, why do you love prospecting? And every day beginning to write that out, where it's like, I love prospecting because, number one, it provides for my family at a high level. But number two, I get to meet other people with similar vision, values, and beliefs. And together, when we're aligned, working together, we make a greater impact. And it's like, as you begin to reframe to where there's not a negative feeling behind prospecting, but you realize it's just what we do. We're professionals. We're salespeople. We're constantly making offers. And that's what great salespeople do. It begins to believe that or break the negative belief that keeps so many people stuck. Like literally, when you pick up the phone, you're like, oh, if you have a feeling of dread, that's what we've got to change, where it's like, it's not dread, it's opportunity. All I need is one conversation today that'll change the trajectory of this year. Hey, and we talked about this, putting a number to the agents that you're calling. When you know that every qualified agent's worth $36,000 a year, and you got a list of 50 qualified agents you're calling, man, that's a motivator, because you realize that call list is worth over $1 million a year. And all I've got to do is make 50 outbound calls every Monday to qualified agents to get a handful of them to say yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's so many positive things in the chat, and I wonder how many of us would benefit from just kind of, we should compile a list out of all the positive things that are in the chat right now about I love prospecting, and give it to everybody before call starts, just so they can reframe that I'm not chasing real estate agents, I'm attracting the right agents and all the good things.
That's easy enough to do. We can make that happen.
I love what Betsy put. I'm in control of my own future.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
I tell you, I like Nick Nicholas's. Did you see that one?
Say it.
No, read it.
Say it, Nick. Where are you?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
yeah.
I see it now.
Yeah, it makes everything else possible.
Yeah.
Makes everything else possible.
Yeah.
Simple but effective.
Yeah, makes everything possible, right? Prospecting. Yeah.
Hey, and I think of what's attractive. Like think about this in your business. You have a process to prospecting. You have a process to making a call and asking for the business in a really cool way at the end of the call. You have a process to solve the agent's big 3 challenges. And listen, we try to get out of that. You know, Frank, we talked about that on a podcast a couple of weeks ago, where it's like we try to keep coming up with other things. There's only 3 things agents care about: close my loans on time, communicate with me when the loan's in process, and follow up on my leads just as diligently as I'll follow up on the leads. And we think we got to have something else outside of that, but you've already got it. You're making your Monday calls to agents so that you're communicating and following up. Tuesday, loans in process. Wednesdays, past clients, pulling those relational leads, bringing them back to the partners who gave them to you. Thursday, pre-approved and looking. That alone is enough to make you exceptional, attractive to an agent, because the biggest point of pain they have is this: chaos. You wouldn't believe how many agents say, you know what, I'm settling for the average loan officer I got because it's all I know. And you're the solution to settling. Why settle?
Yeah. And you're right. Chaos is it. Chaos is the big deal.
It's the number one thing. It hadn't changed. It's all a mess. Nobody has a process. Nobody knows the numbers.
Right. It is chaos too, because I watch it with my wife all the time. You know, it's something we go into contract. It's all, it's kind of easy street, just kind of cruising along. Then all of a sudden, chaos, right? Just like out of nowhere, chaos, and you can't reach anybody. You don't know what's going on, or she doesn't, where's the loan officer? What's happening? And then she winds up stepping in it, literally having to do the job of other people, right? Like making sure things are on track, So hopefully nobody on this call is letting that happen with their transactions and is remaining in control and making sure everybody is updated all the way through the process, right? And shining like a bright star. That's what I hope.
Did you see what Heather Lowe put in the chat? Okay. Heather, unmute yourself if you can. I was so reluctant to ask for the business. However, best thing I've ever done. I took a realtor to coffee last week and asked for the business. This weekend, I got a $380,000 contract.
No way.
Yeah.
Amazing how that works.
Congratulations.
Hey,
Heather.
I knew that I'd be called on because I'm not prepared as far as the looks wise. But anyways, so I took a realtor to coffee last week and I asked for the business. And so this client of his actually was a referral that he had received. And the borrower went to an open house on Friday. The realtor actually didn't even show the property. She went to an open house on Friday, loved it. He did his negotiating skills over the weekend. I was available for him, got a contract, $380,000.
Hey, Heather, let me ask you this.
Yep.
Why do you think that happened? I mean, okay, so you met, so you asked for business, but still, this is an agent that you haven't done business with before, is what I'm gathering, right?
Right. I hadn't done business with him before. I am always good about my calendar, but I actually had made a mistake a few weeks ago, and I was in a closing and he called me, and I called him right after. He goes, "Hey, I thought we were supposed to meet." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Well, I felt like such a jerk because I never have that happen. So here's a realtor that I want to do business with, and I made a mistake. And so I called him and I kept after him, and he was like, "You know what? My schedule's busy, but you're persistent. Like, I genuinely think that you made a mistake." And owning that, I think, helped get the business. That sounds so bizarre, but that's what happened.
But okay, so now the plot thickens.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've got an agent that you missed an appointment, right? Still persevered, or still pursued the agent, met with the agent, and then he gave you a referral. Like, I mean, just do you think? I mean, I know you're amazing and wonderful, and you have all these positive things going about you, but maybe it's just whoever he's used to working with is just so terrible. You know what I mean? Or what is it? I mean, what is it? You know, I'm just curious if you have any other inclination or indicate, thought on what. Because
I respond to him right away.
Yeah.
So I'm always I always say within the hour, but I like to respond within the half hour.
Yeah.
And if it's available. I think that's it. Oh, and the borrower needed late evening hours. And I was like, I can make that happen. Call me 8 o'clock at night. Sure. So I don't know. Maybe it was just lucky, but I didn't give up. Like, I
not
think,
luck.
I didn't give up.
Sounds like she
No, you
answered
worked
her
it.
phone.
Yeah, it's not luck. I mean, you did the process. You followed the plan. You did, and it just.
Hey, I think it's the
worked.
accountability. I think most people would have blamed something.
Yep.
And the fact that you own it is a rare trait in today's environment too. And when mistakes happen, they tend to deflect. And agents understand that. Deflection is probably the second biggest point of frustration. And the fact that you just owned it and you were upright. I mean, like that means a ton, because when a problem happens, instead of deflect, you're going to own it. And that's a character, it shows your character.
That diffuses things immediately when someone just says, "You know what? That's totally me. That was on me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just totally botched that." It's like, what are you going to say to that?
Can I take a second? My name is John May. This is my first time on this Breakfast Club. I got invited by Baron O'Brien. And I just want to echo your sentiments. Whenever I've had chaos, as has been said earlier, if you simply own it, whether it's your fault or not, with the realtor, if you own the chaos, then they've got no place else to go except solve the problem and close the deal.
There you go.
I just think that's so valid. And Frank, I sent you a text here. I'm logged in under Baron O'Brien.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can get my own invite?
Well, sure. You just go to breakfastclubzoom.com. And that's for everybody. breakfastclubzoom.com. If you go there, it is a registration thing. But if you do it once, it kind of pre-populates every time after that. You just hit go when you get there, and it drops you right into the call.
Cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And hey, thanks for joining us.
Oh man, this is a beautiful way to start your morning.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because of my cunning good looks?
Oh boy.
Well, I was.
You do not have to answer that. You do not have to answer.
We all have dreams and wishes.
Good answer.
All right. First time here and cracking the jokes. We love it. Thanks for coming. Come back again and again and again. Breakfastclubzoom.com, man. Appreciate you. Hey, thanks for enjoying this Loan Officer Breakfast Club YouTube video. If you are into industry news, if you like to keep up with what's going on within the mortgage and real estate industry, you might not be aware of this, but you can get free news snippets every single day by going to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. In the top nav bar, you'll see in the news. Click it, daily, fresh news about the mortgage and real estate industry. There's even loan officer perspective and realtor perspective on each news story that you can make use of in your marketing. So enjoy loanofficerbreakfastclub.com/in the news. All right. Where'd we left off? Where'd we leave off until we got distracted by my looks?
Oh,
How
we're
many
talking to Heather
conversations a
about
day
her.
happens like that, Frank?
We were talking about all
But my good
the
looks, a lot. Yeah.
Steve gave everybody the marching orders, put in the chat. What was it again, Steve? Like, I love prospecting because.
Yeah, it's a reframing statement. I love prospecting because, and then just every day you just look at it, you say it, you begin to let it reframe your belief about prospecting. Yeah. And so that, I mean, that's a great point to start at. Hey, you know what? Another thing too, that I find interesting, used to, I thought one day I'll feel it and then I'll take action. And the real key to overcoming any kind of fear or reluctance is action brings clarity. Action brings confidence. Action brings passion. It goes back to this. It's discipline in the beginning. In the beginning, I don't think there's anybody that started making calls and said, "Man, I love it." What we love is the result of the calls. And it's a lot like working out. Discipline over time turns into desire, and desire over time turns into devotion. And I think that's what we have to remember about prospecting. Everybody on this call has a number. You have a target number of loans you want to close every month because that target number sets your financial future. And all you've got to know is this, like, look, if my target's to get to 10 transactions a month, then how many outbound prospecting calls and conversations do you have to have every week? Because that's the truth. And if you don't know that number, book a time with our team. Jen will drop something in the chat where you can do that. But look, if I know 50, I'll tell you this, we know that 80 conversations a week from all the people we've coached, you have about 80 conversations a week. You're going to be closing 15 or more transactions a month. I mean, that's just the number. And so if I know that, then you can back into it. How many outbound calls do I need to be making to have 80 conversations a week where I ask for the business? If it's lower and you say, "Hey, I want 50 conversations a week," or "I want 25," the good news is this: numbers don't lie. It's only our feelings that are fickle. It's Monday before a holiday. I don't really feel like it because my kids are out of school. Well, it doesn't matter. The number doesn't change. My activity may change, but the number doesn't change. And I think that's the big thing about prospecting, where it's like, I'm so committed to my goal that even though it's Monday, the week of a holiday, if I didn't choose and pre-decide to take time off, then I plug in Monday. What day did you pre-decide to be off? Be off on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Plug in Monday and Tuesday. I think half of the guilt and shame and the disbelief come from there's not a pre-deciding what days we're going to just put our time in and do the work we know, because there is a number that will produce your result. And when you know the number, then it's just self-accountability. It's a litmus test. I didn't hit my number. Well, it's because I chose not to. It's not because you can't physically. It's just because I made a choice. And I think that helps too, because you don't fight shame.
Yeah, pre-decide is a big deal there. People are putting in the chat too, Steve. I mean, because if we rely on emotion that morning, or what we feel like that morning, we're gonna, it's no. I decided I was gonna do it.
Yeah,
Do it. Yeah,
that's right.
So, Steve, I'm interested in your thoughts on this, because I think that the action and the fortitude of having the mental discipline comes from the belief that you're worthy of the result. Right? Oh, yeah. And it's like, do you believe that you are worthy of the success? Because we all have the plan. We all have phones. Yeah. Right. And it's the discipline of making the action comes down to, like, I believe that I deserve this, so I'm going to make the calls because I deserve the result. And I find.
Hey, well, and I'll tell you this too. I just think action solves so much of it, because whether you believe you deserve it or not, there's a pre-deciding of, I'll never forget when I started working out, it was like, for 1 year, I'm going to go to this 5 a.m. Monday through Friday workout class. And it was literally a pre-deciding where it's like, didn't matter if I felt worthy of being healthy or in shape. It was like, once you pre-decide, that decision is made, everything else has to line up with it. And I think that that's a big part of getting to the worthy, and I do think that there is a bit of soul searching on what is the real belief I have in myself or not. But if you pre-decide, you make yourself, through discipline, through accountability, through pre-deciding, then all those things begin to, because look, the more you do, guess what you start believing? Oh, I really am a good loan officer. Look, I just picked up another agent. Oh my gosh, I just closed my 7th, or like someone said earlier, this will be the first month I hit 10. I really am a top producer. So it's like the more you do, the more all of these other things begin to fall in place because you're doing what it takes to become and be what it is you're wanting to do, be, and have. So
this is why we focus on the activity.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and all the and you do. Some of us have had negative beliefs and self-doubt, and this community will help you walk through that. But I think action really is, it's just the deciding. You got it. You got what it takes.
And with this week being Thanksgiving, sorry, Frank, but the gratitude of the momentum and the results, and that's why we do wins. It's like being grateful for the wins, being grateful for the business, being grateful that the plan works, having those moments of gratitude, thanking yourself for doing the work and doing the effort and believing that you're worthy of it is just awesome.
Hey, and listen, 90% of the battle's already won because you don't even have to guess what the activity is. That's so powerful. I mean, I just have to tell you how many loan officers across the country are like, if I knew what to do, I would do it.
Right.
And here's what's powerful is you don't even have to guess. You just got to plug and play with a group of people that are going in the same direction, man. So
that's right.
And it works every day. Every day.
It does. It only works all the time. So we always like to say, hey, Giancarlo, you had your hand up. You want to take us home? Go ahead and say whatever you were going to say. Hopefully,
so
inspiring because we're stopping the show for you.
Oh man, I appreciate that. So hopefully this actually helps somebody out, but it kind of comes down to exactly what you guys are talking about, a unique value proposition, right? And it's a different way of saying, kind of like understanding yourself and what you bring to the table. But this past weekend, I just wanted to say I had the opportunity of meeting 6 agents. I went open house hunting, and each one of these agents had something very unique to each one of them. So I met an agent, that is into the rave scene. And I was like, well, that's pretty interesting. I was like, I'm never going to be in there, right? Because it's just not my scene. I had another agent that trains only Hispanic agents. And I met one that was super cool. She's from Iraq, from an area where they still speak Aramaic. And I was so amazed by that, and this kind of goes back to it. Like human beings, we all have something very unique, beautiful to bring to the table. And you can't say that what you bring to the table is not good enough. It's amazing. So that allows me,
very good.
That allows me to kind of think about that, but just wanted to share that, because it has helped me kind of overcome the prospecting side.
Wonderful. Great stuff. Appreciate it, man. It was worth stopping the show for you. It was. Thanks so much.
What's so cool about this, Frank? We didn't plan for this to be today.
Right.
This week of Thanksgiving. And I think this turned out to be a fantastic morning.
Well, it is. And you know why? Because we're blessed to have such wonderful people on this call, right? That's why. And such wonderful leaders here, at Breakfast Club. It's amazing. So, all right. Well, tomorrow's going to be more of the same, more fun stuff. So let's go ahead and get after it, man. And we'll see you guys here tomorrow, bright and early. 5:30 a.m. Pacific time for you West Coasters like me. The rest of y'all, you got it easy. All right. Adios.
See you.
Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thanks so much for being here.